episode 3. We've made it this far. Hope you're all doing very well. We have a great show tonight, as we always do. Our Atlantic Roots are our very special guests tonight. You'll notice Malcolm isn't with us. He's actually playing with the Bubble Band in the studio yonder with Joe Partridge. So you'll be seeing them live via camera. There he is. Give us a wave, Malc. He's gone. There he is. And Uncle Joe too. Hello. Excellent. As I say, fantastic show coming up tonight. We have part 2 of an interview. Joe Partridge talking about his times at Apple Records in the early 70s. You may have seen the first part of that last week. Fantastic story this time, very funny, so please stay tuned for that one. We also have a Elton John Lennon clip. Very special, very exclusive, and yes, make sure you catch that one too. But what else do I need to tell you? Oh yes, Malcolm interviewed Chris and Tina from Tom Tom Club. I'm excited about that, and you should be too. But first of all, without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for our Atlantic Roots.
Time is a strange thing taking its toll. It never gets weary and it never lets go. Time's taking over everybody and mine, but it can't take your joy, 'cause your spirit won't die. Stay true, stay strong, and when it's tough, carry on. Don't let the weight of life bury you. Though you have your doubts, it'll all pan out. So stay true, stay strong, and carry on. So just learn to let go. Time is persistent and can take you so low. And though it takes your body, it can't take your soul. Stay true, stay strong, and when it's tough, carry on. Don't let the weight of life bury you. Though you stay strong and carry on. When life has got you down and you feel 6 foot underground, remember, this ain't where the story ends. 'Cause there's so much left to say from our first immortal day. So stay true, stay strong, and carry on. Stay true, stay strong, and when it's tough, carry on. Don't let the weight of life bury you. Though you have your doubts, it'll all pan out. So stay true, stay strong, and carry on. Stay true, stay strong, and carry on. Stay true, stay strong, and carry on.
Wonderful. Our Atlantic Roots there, who'll be joining us again in a while to play a few more of their songs. That was lovely. Now, if you tuned in last week, you would have seen Joe Partridge, who's owner of Airfield Studios, where we are filming the Nub Sessions, talking about his early career and One of his first jobs was working at Apple Records when he was a young lad. Here is part 2 of that interview. Please enjoy.
You've told me a story in the past about having to impersonate one of the Beatles.
I think I might have to
I'd
start
like
drinking
talk
on
about
these
that
things.
Well, one morning in the office boy's room, the phone rings, somebody go down to such and such an office. Put my hand up, went down. There's a big round table and Yoko Ono is sitting there and there's a film crew in there. Yoko called me over and said, will you go up to the post room and get a big post sack? I said, yeah. So I came back down with this post sack and she beckoned me over and said, now, you're going to sit next to me, put the bag over your head, and you're John. Because John forgot that he can't do this interview today because he's in court with Paul. So you have to be John. So this documentary was filmed about record bootlegging.
Yeah.
And of course, I never saw it. There was no videos at the time. I thought I'd dreamt it. But suddenly, you came up to me one day and said, guess what I've got? And I had no idea. And you'd contacted Mark Lewison, and he'd found the clip of that programme with me pretending to be John Lennon. 3.5 years later, having just opened the show at Madison Square Garden for Elton John with the Kiki D Band, who I was in at the time, suddenly I was watching John Lennon on stage at his last ever performance, performing with Elton. So, amazing memories of that time, I have to say.
All in all, how long did you spend at Apple Records?
I was only at Apple for 2 or 3 months because I wanted to be a guitar player. Now, your father, Davey, had done a record with a guy called Colin Scott, who was a Canadian folk singer, a larger-than-life guy. And Davey said, why don't you go and audition for that? Well, David played electric guitar as well as acoustic guitar on the album. I didn't have one and I'd never played one. I was still at Apple. So cheekily, I asked Mal Evans, the Beatles roadie, is there any way I could borrow a guitar, electric guitar and an amp for a few days because I need to practice and then I'm going for an audition? And he said, oh, I don't know about that. Anyway, at the end of the day, I hear this puffing and panting, and Mal has brought a guitar and amp right to the top of the building. And when I opened it up, it was a black Rickenbacker. And he said, if you disappear with this, I'll find you. I said, no.
Brilliant.
So I had John's guitar for a week in my little basement flat, and I got the gig with Colin Scott, and that's how my playing started.
That's Joe Partridge there, talking about his time at Apple Records. What a great story. I'm delighted to be joined by Laura and Mac from
Hello.
Our Atlantic Roots. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Thank you so much for coming and playing on the Nub Sessions.
It's a pleasure.
Yeah,
Thank you
I'm
for
glad
having
to
us.
be
Oh,
here.
more than welcome. I wondered if you'd like to introduce the full band.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Yeah, so got our awesome drummer over here, Chriso.
yeah,
So
from
Chris is-
Australia.
Yeah, from Australia.
And then
Mate.
we've got Kath. Kath there playing the cello. So, yeah, we're really glad to have them with us today.
Excellent, excellent. So the songs that you're playing tonight, are they from, well, could you tell us where they're
Yeah.
from, the different EPs and...
Yeah, so the next song that we're going to play is called All the Years, and we actually wrote this one during lockdown, and this is our first performance of it, exclusive for the Nub Sessions. And then we are playing Wildflowers, which is from our Little Bird EP, which is the last EP that we released.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Excellent. Looking forward to hearing both of these.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please applaud to the Nub Sessions and Our Atlantic Roots.
Thank you.
Sing your song again for me tonight. I will sing to you for all my life. Take my hand and walk with me a while. I'll never let go. Can you smell the raindrops on the pine? I can't remember what we left behind. Tiny moments sing a symphony. I wish we could stay here, stay here. Hold me close and don't let go. Hold me closer. You are treasure, I will hold you near. Treasure, that is what you are, my dear. The moonlight paints a path for us tonight. It's home for a while. I wish we could stay here. Hold me closer. Don't let go. Hold me closer and don't let go. Oh, all the years won't be enough, be enough. I'll just hold you and watch time fly. And we'll sing in the rainstorms and dance in the sun. And just be thankful we can watch time fly. All the years won't be enough, be enough. I'll just hold you and watch time fly. And we'll sing in the rainstorms and dance in the sun. And just be thankful we can watch time fly together. Sing your song again for me tonight. I will sing to you for all my life. Take my hand and walk with me a while. I'll never let go.
Thank you very much. A little love song for you because we are married. Been married almost 7 years. So yeah, that one's coming out on my birthday actually, which is exciting, January 29th. And that'll be out on all of the streaming platforms and available to download. This next one that we're going to play for you is called Wildflowers. It's from our Little Bird EP, and we hope that you enjoy it. It's using lots of beautiful imagery, talking about a deeper meaning. But yeah, we hope that you love it. This is Wildflowers.
Wildflowers, we're like wildflowers. There is beauty, but it's fleeting. Momentary breathing. Will we find a home? Wildflowers, we're like wildflowers. The green grass withers and fades, but what will remain? Will we find a home? We are treasure in jars days from passing, have we found a home? We are treasure in jars of clay, renewed daily, outwardly fading away. Fix our gaze on the invisible glory will vastly outweigh. What will we find? What will we find? What will we find?
Thank you.
Is there a standout moment that comes back to you and just never ceases to blow you away? I think I know what you might say.
Yeah. It's the same as probably what your dad said. Is Lennon.
Yeah, what was it like? Was he cool? Was it the best? Sweetheart. Absolute sweetheart. Yeah.
I had 2 extra faders on my console. One said John vocal, one said John guitar. Just looking at it, I thought if it was all to end tomorrow, I'm happy, I'm done. You can't get better than that.
Your dad had to actually tune his guitar before he went on. He couldn't handle it.
And he said, "You tune the guitar?" You know, I said, "Yeah, I tune no problem." And he was like green. He was so nervous.
Really?
I'm so nervous, I think I'm going to throw up. Whee!
It sounds like he was absolutely crapping himself before he went on.
Oh yeah, well, he'd made a commitment to do it if the record went to #1. And it went to #1. And he had to do it.
He probably didn't think it was going to happen, did he?
No.
He said, "How long before we go on?" I said, 15 minutes. About 15, 20 minutes. He said, "We used to get a bit of fanny round about now."
I'm actually at the bottom of the stairs with him when he's due to go on. I remember him saying, "Well, here we go, over the hill," or whatever, as if it was like, you know, in the trenches.
Yeah, he was introduced. It was halfway through the set, and Elton did this whole introduction.
He goes up, I run out to see the reaction.
Do you remember where you were sitting or standing?
I was sitting in the audience, and when he came out, the vibration was just, I cannot describe it.
Madison Square Gardens just takes off. White noise, you know.
Everyone was freaking out.
People went nuts.
Although I knew it was going to happen, it was still like, this is like a dream.
And the feeling that I got inside was just excitement, shaking with, you know.
It still gives me the chills to think about it.
I went backstage and the limos were bouncing off the floor.
Unbelievable. And I'm sitting up there and I've got control of his voice and his guitar, and
It was fantastic.
Unforgettable, definitely.
Do you enjoy that, Mal?
Yeah, it was great.
Excellent.
Fantastic.
It actually forms part of a documentary that's been in the works for the last 5 years or so, and it's basically the crew and the band, all the people around Elton John in his early years as he was rising to stardom. So that little segment is part of that. So watch this space, because I'm sure there'll be more news on that. How are you, fine sir?
I'm great, thank you, sir.
Enjoying the bubble band?
I love the bubble band.
Sounding-
It's really good, nice, really lovely vocals. It was just beautiful.
Sounding great tonight, man.
Yeah, I think we're coming up for a new section.
Yes.
I was doing.
You can do the little tune, yeah, go for it, okay. That's the sound. That's the sound of news, incoming news. So we got a few things to get through, quite interesting things. First of all, the Shane McGowan documentary. I read something about this. Can this be true?
It is true, and I've read that it's going to all be subtitled.
Excellent. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I must stop saying excellent. I noticed last week I said that every probably 10 seconds, so...
Most excellent.
Naughty me. Must stop that. Duran Duran have announced a gig.
Great, Duran.
BST Summertime in Hyde Park. And who else is playing with them?
Well, Chic and Grace Jones.
And who plays with Grace Jones? That is not me sat on this settee.
I play bass for Grace Jones.
Malcolm plays Grace. So I'm going to get a free ticket.
He wishes.
Excellent. That'll be brilliant.
Yeah, it'll be fantastic.
Yeah.
It looks really like a really good lineup. It's in July. And hopefully we'll be a little freer to go and do our thing.
Fingers crossed. Get that old, and we'll be right in there. Chop Suey, System of a Down, reaches 1 billion views. Really?
Yeah, first rock band, a big rock band to do it.
That's amazing.
That's incredible, right?
I mean, it's a fantastic video, fantastic song, But
yeah,
wow.
We love that one.
Brilliant. So congratulations to them. And there's a Culture Club gig, I think, that's been given the go-ahead at Wembley Stadium, a venue that's normally, I guess, a 12,000 capacity. Is that right? Scaled down to 1,000 capacity.
Yeah, that's serious social distancing, I would have thought.
Yes. So
be interested to see how that works out.
Yeah, exactly. See what happens. There is another memorabilia auction that kicks off this week, I believe. We've had this information through from the same people that told us about the charity last week, where the photo prints were being sold off.
Yeah, stagehand.
Stagehand, that's right, yeah. And this one is called I Love Live, with a little hashtag symbol in front of it. And I think there's items donated by Nile Rodgers, Liam Gallagher, FKA Twigs, among many others. So check that out. That's also with the involvement of the Music Venue Trust.
There's another auction here, was the female crew auctions.
Yes, the F List, supporting women in music, especially production. I think... Yes, this is a national charity based in Falmouth. If you want to find out more about this, visit the website, which is www.thef-list.co.uk. I believe that's correct, but if you search the F List, I'm sure you'll find it. The last thing we need to mention, being huge fans of Star Wars, is obviously we have to mention Mr. Dave Prowse passing away a few days ago.
Hero, yes.
Gutted
And
about
we just came out of some great news about the Edward Colston statue. So on the plinth, they've replaced it with Darth Vader, which is perfect.
Love
which
that.
is great. Yeah.
Obviously, Dave's a Bristol boy.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got a big kick out of that.
And I was a Green Cross Code man as well. Like,
Yeah.
that was my era.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Now listen, young fella, my lad.
Yes, sir.
Got to talk to you about a little interview that you did
Right
recently.
on,
Well, in
yes.
fact, earlier, was it yesterday?
Yesterday, yeah. Yesterday evening we did it.
Yeah. Who did you talk to?
Well, I had the pleasure of talking to Chris France and Tina Weymouth of Tom Tom Club and Talking Heads fame. Hi, Chris France and Tina Weymouth. Welcome to the Nub Sessions.
That's a nice book you have there.
Yes, listen, great book, fantastic book, and congratulations again for getting top book of the year in the London Times.
Oh, thank you. that was a very pleasant surprise. I'm so happy because now I can write another one.
I noticed that Talking Heads is on the Remaining Light album's 40th, right?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, it's been. It is. It's really amazing. What's so great about it though is the record still sounds hip, even
Totally.
40 years later. And thank goodness. Imagine if it sounded terrible.
Yeah, it would have been a very quick 40 minutes. 40 years.
You know, when we were working on Remain in Light in the other studio, there were two studios at Compass Point, Studio A and Studio B. We were in Studio B, but in Studio A was AC/DC recording Back in Black.
Wow.
So that was, I mean, we were doing, AC/DC was doing this, you know, essential kind of hard, I don't want to say heavy metal, but real hard rocking music.
Yeah.
And we were going in off in this, what I viewed as a pretty experimental direction.
You two are just amazing bass and drums, man. I always envy the way you kind of structured your arrangements. And Tina, what can I say? We've talked about this plenty of time about bass, and I just kind of like, I'm always gobsmacked of these incredible bass lines that you've kind of created that was just kind of stuck through time, and they're always going to be around.
I was so lucky, Malcolm, and you know, coming from you, that's an enormous compliment. But I had the great luck and fortune, I should say, of playing with Chris. I mean, Chris would put the drums down first, and even before anybody else laid anything down, already his drums, the tonalities and the rhythms, the spaces, the open spaces, where he didn't play, where he played, already that was music.
Talking about the Tom Tom Club, you know, Genius of Love, right, which is classic. I was reading, I just kind of did a little bit of research, and it was 160 various artists has sampled Genius of Love. I was like,
yeah, we lost count.
It's pretty wild, isn't it?
yeah. Did you ever have a fave that you kind of might have kind of come your way that you thought, oh, that's a really nice little kind of movement there?
Well, my favorite is one of the first. It wasn't the first, but I think it might have been the second.
Right.
And that was It's Nasty, Genius of Love by Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five.
Right, yeah.
And it's not technically a sampling, it was a replay by the, you know, really fantastic Sugar Hill House Band.
Right.
May I also say, every time I hear it, like in the supermarket or, you know, on the radio in the car or on TV, Mariah Carey's sort of tribute to Tom Tom Club, Fantasy.
Yeah.
That song was such a hit, and I mean, I think it was number one for like 20 weeks or something crazy like that.
Wow,
I like the old Dirty Bastard remix.
Oh yeah.
The old,
yeah, no, you can say what you like. That's what ODB, you know, Top Boy. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people, I think, assume that we wouldn't like the Mariah Carey version, but hey, it's pretty good.
Yeah, if it's sounding good and sounding nice, and they've put it together nice, right? You know. Any future projects for the Tom Tom Club?
Tina's got her own book, which she has promised is coming in the future, and I have a second book I'm thinking about, and I probably should get started on. But I'll tell you what we've been thinking for a long time is that we should do something we haven't done before, which is something purely electronic.
Right.
You know, with drum machines and delays and, you know, synthesizers and I don't want to say electro, but something that's maybe in that direction and
electronica,
you know,
kind of thing, you know, that kind of vibe.
Well, something that we've always loved Kraftwerk.
Kraftwerk, yes.
Yeah, the craft work, we love it.
Tom Club was very influenced by craft work.
And so we were thinking we should do something kind of inspired by them. Clearly, we wouldn't want to copy them, but so it is inspired by them and use all the great work that they did as a kind of source of inspiration.
And it's really, thank you for coming on and sharing your time with me and the Nub Sessions.
Thank you very much, Malcolm.
Great interview with Malk there. Love it. So absolutely fantastic, fascinating stuff as well. I'm joined once again, by our Atlantic Roots.
Hello.
Hello, guys. Excellent. Lovely to have you on the couch.
Lovely to be here.
Yeah.
We have had some comments up, some great comments about the show tonight. People are loving you. But first of all, I just want to quiz you about your artistic process, especially during the lockdown and, you know, if you've been writing, recording, that sort of thing.
Yeah, well, we definitely have been writing and doing a little bit of recording from home, haven't we? Max, the production person in this.
Yeah,
I do the
total
admin
geek.
stuff. He does the production stuff, and we songwrite together pretty much.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
But you've been enjoying learning about production during lockdown, haven't you?
Yeah, it's been an absolute amazing time to just kind of upskill really in so many ways, and production has been my main focus of just trying to be able to produce, especially at least higher quality demos. You know, to be able to take into the studio and stuff, and especially we have been songwriting and
we actually did we recorded a song. We wrote and recorded a song during lockdown, and we did it we recorded from our bedroom, and then we did a little session with a drummer and bass player and producer, and they were in their houses doing their thing, and we were just talking on the phone while through the computer.
It was
technology
really cool.
is amazing, very helpful. Like Zoom and everything has been key to collaborating with people. And, but yeah, we've just kind of closed the doors and shut the curtains and got down to writing and just use this time to be creative, really.
Yeah.
That's
It's been
excellent.
good. Yeah.
Excellent. Where can people find you online in terms of your socials and website, all that sort of thing?
So we are on all the socials, and our website is ouratlanticroots.com. And basically, if you just search for Our Atlantic Roots on any of the social media platforms, you'll find us. The Twitter handle is different. That's Our Atlantic Duo, but we don't really use Twitter that much. We just have it. But yeah, we're on Spotify and iTunes and Apple Music and all those things. Just search Our Atlantic Roots.
Excellent. We'll put the information up in the video so you can see that. Also, I was going to ask you about the best platform if people want to buy your music and merchandise.
So we have a Bandcamp page for people to buy our merchandise, our physical merchandise, if anyone still has a CD player. We have lots of CDs. So Bandcamp is through our website, ouratlanticroots.com. But then, iTunes to download is always a good one. And then just listening on repeat and putting our songs on playlists on Spotify helps as well.
Yes.
So,
absolutely.
Excellent. In terms of live streaming, have you got any plans? I think you were saying before you've done a couple already, and
so nothing quite as awesome and professional as this.
This is pretty amazing.
We've done a few from our home, just on Facebook and Instagram, and we usually do those spontaneously. We've even done them in our bathroom because we've had awesome acoustics.
Always good for vocals, isn't it? The bathroom.
Always good for vocals. So that was fun.
Fantastic, excellent. And in terms of next year, I think it's the big question in terms of returning to playing gigs. What do you reckon the chances are? Is it looking good, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, there's probably going to be some gigs in the lineup there.
We're just seeing what happens, really. No one really knows. We've had a few cancellations already, sadly, for next year, but equally we've had some people still looking at planning things and just doing things a little bit differently, adapting. So we're definitely planning on getting out there any way that we can, and we can't wait, can we?
Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. That's brilliant. Well, I hope all of you watching will be sure to look out for when they're playing. Obviously, an absolutely fantastic band. It's so lovely to hear you playing, and you know, wonderful songs. And I believe you're going to play us out with one more song.
Yeah.
What's that one called?
It's called Strap On Your Boots. It's actually from our first EP that we launched in 2017.
Yeah, it feels like a long time ago. But yeah, so that's called First Light.
First Light, okay. Yeah. Excellent. Well, I think I'm going to ask you both if you'd kindly get into position.
We will, absolutely. Thank you for having us.
Our Atlantic Roots.
Thank you.
Thank you.
while they're getting ready and while the bubble band are tuning up and hiding their various illicit substances, I shall tell you about what's going to happen next week. We have The Native, our very special guests. Can't wait for that. Also, another special guest, Mr. Tommy Ashby. It's going to be fantastic. Obviously, the bubble band, I think, are going to feature again as well at some point, so we'll look forward to that. The wonderful Head Love and Pass Man will be joining us as well for a very special recording. And we have a documentary about a local guitarist, a local legend down here in Cornwall, who's worked with musicians such as Elkie Brooks, Leo Sayer, written songs for the likes of Meatloaf, Al Hodge. This is going to be a very, very special tribute to him because Al would have been, I believe, 70 this December on the 21st, which also happens to be my birthday. So get my presents in the post. Now, don't forget to like and subscribe. This is very, very important. Like and subscribe because we need it. It don't cost nothing. Just log into YouTube, subscribe. How hard can it be already? Anyway, I'll stop waffling. Thanks for joining us. Please tune in again next week. Lots of love to you all, and we're going to sign out now with the wonderful Our Atlantic Roots.
Look out the window, tell me what do you see? Is it rivers, is it forest, is it mountains or sea? One thing's for sure, you never understand why, until you strap on your boots and take a wander outside. Look out the window, tell me what do you see? Is it people, is it cities, or the busy old street? One thing's for sure, you never understand why, until you strap on your shoes and take a wander outside. You need to learn to be content wherever you are now, and don't worry about tomorrow while today is running out. You only have one chance to get it right while you are here, so don't worry about tomorrow, 'cause today will disappear. You're here for a reason in the season and time. Have you ever stopped to think or try to understand why? Your purpose in this place is just a waiting outside. So step out the door and go experience life. You need to learn to be content wherever you are now, and don't worry about tomorrow while today is running out. You only have one chance to get it right while you are here, so don't worry about tomorrow, 'cause today will disappear. Look out the window, tell me what do you see? Is it rivers, is it forest, is it mountains or sea? One thing's for sure, you'll never understand why, until you strap on your boots and take a wander outside.